Literally, none of y'all need to get married. I don't think I'm rooting for anybody. I want all of these people to break up because absolutely not. Hi, I'm Allican. I'm your favorite online friend, but right now you do not care about that. We're here to talk about this. So let's. We're gonna start with Tigerlily and Adnan. It's their wedding day. I don't care. Yay, I guess. They're already married in Muslim culture, but today is their actual wedding or reception. Adnan says more than 200 people are coming, and I personally am overwhelmed. Also, you say you've never had a wedding before and never have been to a wedding. You're having this humongous wedding to someone you just met for the first time less than 48 hours ago, and only 2 of your friends are going to be there. Tigerlily's friends come over to help her get ready, and since Adnan is leaving to go get ready in his brother's room, of course he has some rules that he has to lay down beforehand.
When Tigerlily with you, Shay, I want you there all the time. You will watch? I'll watch. Okay.
I don't like it. After Adnan leaves and has set his rules, 2 videographers arrive, and these are videographers that he hired. However, they're 2 men. So Tigerlily and we all are confused because they're supposed to be here filming this entire day, but I'm not supposed to be around random men. Like, make up your mind. I'm confused. I would just So she's telling her friends about how she's confused because you just said I can't be alone with him, who I know have known for 20 years and have never had that type of relationship. But you sending these 2 random ass men up here to film me. Like, film me get my hair done, film me getting dressed. I'm guessing. Whatever. So Tigerlily's like, yeah, it's crazy because the hairstylist that came yesterday, he was sitting here staring him down, looking like a rabid dog. She didn't say that, I did. Looking like a rabid dog. But now he's cool with these 2 videographers coming. I'm confused. We're confused. Now, you said last episode,
I have never seen this side of Adnan. Jealous and possessive over nothing.
5 minutes.
I'm worried about that.
that you were worried about that. You were concerned because he was being controlling. But now your story has completely changed. You're like, I love it. I'm his most prized possession. He loves me so much. He doesn't want anything to happen to me. He doesn't want anyone to touch me. He doesn't want anyone to perceive me. He wants to be the only person that knows I exist.
I'm literally like his most prized possession. I don't feel controlled at all.
I'm glad her friends called out his behavior as controlling as it is. I'm glad they also stated you got out of your last marriage because of a controlling husband. So why is it cute now? Why do we like it now? We're all confused together. We see Adnan arrive at his brother's room, and we see he meant it when he wants to feel special all the time. Because baby, they fall right in line.
Bro!
They say it's the festival of Adnan today. Tigerlily's day, I guess, was the night before. You get to sign the book and you get some dick. This wedding, this about me. I screamed when one of them said to give him some royal honey. So his...
خليه ياخد العسل مقوي.
انا عمري ما
الصيدليه بيجي لك يا عسل ملوكي.
طيب ماشي عمري ما
الحمام عندك هيك تعمل راسنا بلاش تطلع تروح من الاوتيل تروح.
Baby, I'm so confused at that also because y'all are so strict in Jordan, but y'all got horny honey. Okay, then him saying like you gotta take it so you don't embarrass us. I can't. It was funny. His scenes with his brothers / cousins / family members, like it gave me Love Island UK friend, like the boys when they become close, it gave me those vibes. I love it. Shay asked how their first night together was. I'm immediately uncomfortable.
Did you guys do it more than once? Because, you know, he is a young whippersnapper. I assume they just kept on going and going and going.
I don't find find it funny, the young whippersnapper comment. I think she's sick. I think you're sick for fucking a 22-year-old. But, you know, that's your life. Tigerlily says he didn't come off as a virgin, and I didn't think he was one to begin with because he was saying a lot about being a virgin. But, you know, maybe he was, whatever. I don't know. Shay and Tigerlily were in the bathroom together, and Shay's like, well, I have to get dressed. And Tigerlily's like, well, you can't leave because this man standing right here with the camera is like, he's just in the corner. And they're asking him, like, oh, can you leave so she can get dressed? Like, we need to get dressed. It's fine. I do this all the time. Get out of my fucking room. I said leave. Get out. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm about to call my husband. I'm about to call my husband. Get out of my room. Now. I'm not asking. I'm telling you. Anyway, I hated Tigerlily's dress. Sorry. I hate it. We don't get to see the wedding, but it's clear that Adnan planned an amazing wedding for himself. It is the Festival of Adnan. What did you think this was? Did you think he planned this with her in mind? Maybe a thing or two, but I'm quite sure like that night is going to be all about him. Like all about him.
My family calling my wedding Mahrajan Adnan. Festival Adnan. They just call the man name, you know?
I guess we can talk about Niles and Matilda next because we didn't actually get to meet Matilda, not, you know, in person. This stressed me out. This stressed me the fuck out. I immediately liked Niles and want to protect him, but he's also pissing me off. I am autistic. I'm on the spectrum. Gang, gang. And I absolutely loved when he spoke about how difficult it is to explain autism to a person who isn't autistic because, like, autism, sensory processing disorder, just, it's a lot.
It's hard to describe if you're not autistic yourself, just how painful it can be both emotionally and mentally.
And I really did appreciate, like, him explaining the autistic experience as best he could because that shit is damn near inexplicable. He also plays D&D, which I'm learning, and it's just, I want to protect him. But also, Mr. Niles, you guys to be upfront and you gotta let this lady know, I'm not trying to marry you just yet because I literally have never met you before. I think that's only fair. They met because Matilda slid into his DMs, and I'm sorry, I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. Maybe she's for right. I don't know. I don't know. We haven't gotten, honestly, very much about her, but it just feels icky to me. 5 months ago, Niles proposed over the phone, and so now Matilda is ready to get married on his trip over. So much that she said she's been planning, and Niles hasn't told her that he's not ready to get married yet. Niles, I totally understand people being hurt by bluntness and you expressing your thoughts and feelings in a manner that neurotypical people usually don't. They try to soften the blow or what have you. And autistic people can be quite blunt. I know I am, and I don't like when people don't take my words at face value. It irritates the absolute out of me. But something of that magnitude, you're gonna have that difficult, awkward, uncomfortable ass conversation. I'm so sorry. And if she says she doesn't want to be with you because you don't want to get married the first time that you meet her, I think that's a good thing. So yeah, we don't get much about Niles and Matilda. We do get very much about his background, and I very much appreciated it. But Mr. Mans, you need to tell that lady you're not ready to get married on this trip that is, what, a week out, I think, or something of the sort. Not that damn far. You need to tell her, especially if she's actually been planning a wedding like she says she has been. Because if you don't, and you wait to tell her this in person, I'm scared. I'm afraid. And I think he's going alone. Not that I think they're gonna do anything to him, more so like that's just gonna be a bad situation that you're in by yourself. unless she just says, no, we're gonna get married. Did y'all notice, like, when she was like, she went from all happy, bubbly to, I hope you will not disappoint me. I hope you will not disappoint me.
We're gonna have our wedding, yeah. I hope you will not disappoint me.
It's not funny, but it's hilarious. Like, mister, please tell her, let that lady know. And then y'all move on from there. A mess. Hottest of messes. Veah gets on my nerves. They're counting down the days to the trip. They take a shower together, meaning she takes a shower and he watches. She also clearly had nude underwear on, which was like, I get you're not about to be naked in front of these producers, given that they showed all of, what's his name, Thangalang last time. But like, we can clearly see she has nude underwear on. Sunny is so excited to take her everywhere and show her everything and do everything together. And I'm just wondering where Rory's gonna be in all of this. Veah asked Sunny if his parents know that he's staying in a hotel with her, and he's like, no. Because why the is that their business, girl? Why would he tell them that? Like, I don't know why that matters. I don't know why that matters at all. We learned more about Veah's upbringing, and I'm so sorry it sucked.
I was adopted by a foster family, and that family was very religious. We were made to wear dresses and head coverings. They controlled everything, literally. When we woke up, when we ate, like when we went to bed, when we used the bathroom.
Then finding out her brother was shot and killed by law enforcement is just, the girl has had it rough. I feel bad for her. I'm sure they may explain more about it, but that's just all this unnecessary noise. Anyway, she has had it hard, and I feel bad for her, but she still makes me mad. Rory comes in town to accompany her, and I'm like, I'm thinking y'all live in the same area. What you mean you came in town? You didn't have another guy friend, a guy cousin, a homegirl, anybody? Nobody else can accompany you on this trip. I don't believe it. Also, Rory called Sunny kid. He has no respect for him. I don't want him going on this trip.
She's like, you want to go to South Africa? Help me meet this kid? I thought it was like just the oddest thing.
Clearly, he had no respect for him to begin with, because he was on his pictures with the commenting laughing emojis. She was probably disrespecting that to her ex-boyfriend. That made her ex-boyfriend feel confident and cocky enough that he could go and comment bullshit on his pictures. I peep game. She did say that, oh, I confided in Rory. Why are you confiding in your ex about your new relationship? Rory apparently didn't know that Sunny didn't know that he was coming along. Y'all are both, I didn't even touch on the fact that she was pregnant by him in the past and they lost the baby due to her being stressed out because of her brother's death. Like, girl, this is just not smart. And not that I think Sunny would do anything, but y'all will be in another country and no. I'm trying to give her grace because she has been through a lot and she deals with a lot. But there's grace and then there's enabling. Bitch, be serious. I just am waiting to see how this all plays out. This is a hot ass mess. Oh, everybody's tiring. You see how I'm sighing before each thing? I might be cutting them out. I don't know. I am sighing before I record each segment about each couple because they are fucking tiring. Anyway, I didn't speak about Brian and Ingrid in my last video. I don't think. I don't know why I didn't. But I have a lot to say. I'm gonna like kind of recap previous episodes with them. So I felt, of course, bad for Brian. That's terrible, traumatic, all that good stuff, right? I don't have any less sympathy for him just because he was a drug dealer. What makes me mad with Brian is why the are you testing this woman? I might be exaggerating, but it's like the first 20 minutes of y'all being together. You've literally just met. Y'all are coming out to rent a car and you want her to get on hands and knees, putting pedals on so you can drive. I can maybe understand this a bit. You get to the hotel and you start, help me do this, help me do that, do this, do that. And she's rightfully confused because you said you're so independent. You travel alone. You do all of these things for yourself. And you're testing her. I can understand wanting to ensure that your partner is going to be there to help you with your disability. 1000%. Absolutely. But that doesn't involve testing them. And then the whole catheter situation and the explanation and all that, like, and then saying, I feel like I revealed too much too soon. You think?
Ingrid, você sabia que eu usei o catheter, não?
Não, eu não quero saber, não. Deixa eu até explicar outro dia.
I'm worried that I did expose too much too soon.
You haven't talked to her at length about any of this. And on the first night of y'all meeting, talking in face to face, having physical contact with each other, you telling me about the inner workings of your catheter, having me help you shower and all this other stuff whenever you've told me that you do all this on your own. She just looks so uncomfortable. So this episode, Brian didn't get any last night. I don't know what he was expecting after divulging all of that information all at once, including jacking off in order to, I don't know how I forgot that part. Like, just, Ingrid talks more about like being confused because you said, you set this expectation for me that you're so independent, and now it feels like you're lying. Hold that thought. Ingrid says like she hasn't told a lot of people about Brian, especially her parents, because they are the epitome of ignorance. That's sad. That's sad. But know your people and know who to keep your loved ones away from. And by loved ones, I mean not your family, but your partner and your friends and things like that. Because no. What do you mean, pinnacle of ignorance? How far does the ignorance go? I have additional questions. Maybe we'll find out later. I don't know. I have additional questions. I want to know. Like, what do you mean? Brian asks how old her dad is, and he's like 50 something. And Brian's like, oh, he's my age. Get out of here. And Ingrid's like, but you're 45 though. Brian's like, girl, I'm not 45. I've never told you that. She's like, you were 43 when we met. That's what you said. That's what your profile said. It's 2 years later, meaning you would be 45 now. What do you mean you're 51?
Que é a mesma idade, meu. Que isso? Eu com 51.
Hã?
Eu?
51?
Sim. Sabia não?
The fact that you're with a woman the same age as your daughter, it's giving Big Ed. Also, being a passport, that's giving. Now that I think about it, a lot of him is giving Big Ed. I have to do something. I'm too high to explain what. Ingrid asked for details about the accident because, because they hadn't really talked about it at length. So he tells her, he says, I'm thinking I didn't tell you I used to sell drugs. You know good and well who you do and do not tell your criminal activity to. Please stop playing with me. Please stop playing with me, sir. Like, I'm thinking I didn't tell you I used to sell drugs. You think you know who you divulge your criminal past to. Don't play with me. I'm just, you didn't tell her that. Stop. So basically, Brian was the snowman back in the day and his family didn't approve, to the point where he didn't even talk to his own mama for 3 years because she didn't approve of it, but he was making money, so it was all good.
Fala, mulher, eu tô sentindo amor pra você, mas não. Mas eu acho que ela não tava ok com isso. Eu tava estacionando o carro e tinha 2 homens do lado. Deu tiro, fez isso, era vida na cadeira.
Ingrid is reeling. Clearly, that girl does not play about drugs, like, at all. She said coke. Coke. Absolutely. No.
Ai, meu Deus do céu. Nunca usei droga. E eu não aceito esse tipo de coisa assim, sabe? Não tô bem com essa notícia, não. Não tô.
She's so much more calm than I would be in this situation, because the minute that he tried to gaslight me with that age thing, I'd have been pulling up profiles. I'd have been pulling up screenshots of conversations. I'd have been pulling up everything, because you're not about to play in my face like this. You're not about to play in my face. This early in the relationship, are you out of your mind? You shouldn't be playing in my face to begin with, but you're trying to try me immediately. Ingrid is wild. She says maybe he doesn't sell drugs anymore because he can't walk. Girl, no.
Traficou de droga? Talvez você não faça mais isso porque você não anda.
I can very much understand you being annoyed, irritated, all of that jazz. Mamas, that's not okay.
Very disappointed to hear this from Ingrid. I was hoping because it's ancient history, it wouldn't be a big deal. I'm hurt by it and offended.
Ingrid says she feels deceived, and she is rightfully questioning everything because you lied about your age. You didn't tell me you used to sell drugs, so basically lying by omission.
Eu acho que foi uma crença que eu fui criada. Que só vai se envolver com...
I do get her reaction because she's learning all of this stuff. You said you're independent. That doesn't seem to be. You're telling me about, all of the things that come along with your disability, which is not a bad thing, but it's a bad thing for you to be telling me this an hour into us being in the same room together for the first time. Now I'm finding out you're lying about your age and you sold drugs.
He clearly was using as well. I don't know how I left that out, but I definitely understand her being concerned about him being a drug addict again.
I'm a person, like, if things start piling, like, that's when no. It's compounding, absolutely not. So I get her 1,000%. I don't know if they're gonna stay in this relationship or not, but I guess we'll see, child.
Eu preciso de você para entender. Eu nunca vou voltar para vender drogas.
Quero acreditar que no Brian, que desse passado dele. Mas no ponto que tem, não sei como seguir adiante.
You already know who it is. It's your boy, Loren. I'm just gonna go through the story as it was laid out in the episode. So when I go off at the end, we all know why I'm going off. Faith slept in her own room away from Loren's creepy ass. I'm so happy she did not stay with him. I didn't think she was going to. I'm glad she didn't. They decide to go to a market and Faith asks, hey, you want to, what's it called? You want to exchange money for, local currency or whatever. And Loren's like, sure, I got $45. Faith's like, what do you mean? What do you mean you have $45? That's all you have? That's all the money you brought. And not even in a way that's like, you didn't bring any money for me. In a way that, like, that's not smart. You only have $45. You came all the way from the United States to the Philippines.
I spent all of my savings getting here. So besides the $46 in my wallet, I have a paycheck that should be deposited into my bank account in a few days. But really, that's all I have to my name.
That is so reckless and insane. Loren asks Faith if she wants anything from the market, and she's like, baby, you only have $45. You need to be budgeting your money. What are we doing here? No.
Is there anything you want at the market? Because I have some money.
Yeah, let's see. Because we need to budget your money.
Whatever you want.
But eventually, like, she gets a few items. They're not much at all, but she gets a few items. Brought less than $50 on an international trip. Are you insane? Yes. Loren keeps going on and on about how the cost of living here is so amazing, and then, like, if he lived here, then he can make it financially because he only wants to work these low wage jobs because he's allegedly running from child support. Go to Reddit. I don't know. I haven't read all that. But word on the street is, later on, Loren and Faith go to dinner at a close friend of Faith's, and I'm sure this is going to be absolutely amazing. Like a great friend, she asks what Loren's plans are for Faith. Like, we getting serious, we getting married, like, what's up? This is when Loren decides that he wants to divulge his plan about moving to the Philippines permanently.
There's an idea where I don't just go home. I just stay here somehow. I could see myself living here.
I thought if we've been together, we're going to be moving to the US.
He also tells them about how he's homeless in America.
Better if you bring Faith in the States and you're going to work there.
But the issue is how. Because in America, I'm homeless.
Faith is clearly very embarrassed, but you can see, like, I don't know if she was trying to save face or if she genuinely is coping because this is the first relationship that she's actually had with someone who seemingly, we know differently, but seemingly isn't using her, you know, and isn't fetishizing her. It breaks my heart because clearly she's trying to make this work, and she just honestly needs to let him go from this night and not subject herself to anything else to do with Loren, because he is a piece of garbage. I can't stand him. I dislike him. 33 where? Bitch, I'm 33. You're lying. I don't care. You're lying. Like, also, why are you only trying to get a job that makes $16 to $17 an hour? You see what I mean? You're a grown man. What the hell do you mean you want to make? What's this math? Alexa, how much is $17 an hour annually?
$17 an hour is about $35,000 annually.
You want to make $35,000 a year at your big age. I'm quite sure you can make much more than that if you wanted to. But instead, you'll settle for these little jobs just so you don't have to do much work and or pay out the child support you owe, allegedly.
Obviously, I'm not talking down on people who can only get those types of jobs. I'm speaking directly about Loren and his desire to not do too fucking much at his huge age with kids.
And then you're literally a deadbeat. Oh my God. So producers are talking to Loren and they keep zooming in on his penis area, and I want them to stop.
Had a good night's sleep, but I got a text. It wasn't my favorite.
Loren tells us that he has gonorrhea.
About a week ago, I was out partying with one of my friends. All the night, she was with me. Got a text from her this morning. Turns out she has gonorrhea of the throat, which means I most likely have gonorrhea of the penis.
So let's go through what Faith is facing now. Loren has no money and is clearly very financially irresponsible. Has no home and no plans on getting into a situation where he can get one in America because he wants to live in the Philippines permanently, while Faith would rather live in America. And he has an STD from the open relationship that Faith didn't even know she was in because she thought they were exclusive.
After just having a conversation about me moving to the Philippines because of my bad financial situation, the next day being, oh, I have an STD from someone I slept with recently, this has potential to ruin our relationship.
I don't like Loren at all. I'm so glad all my homies, I hate Loren. All my homies, y'all, all my homies hate Loren. It's fuck Loren. And pray for Faith.
Well, I have gonorrhea.
Did they have sex together?
Yeah.
It's cheating. He lied on me. I feel betrayed.
I'm about to get loud if I continue to talk about him, and I don't want to do that. It's a very chill video, I think, for the most part. So I'm just gonna yeah. So anyway, that was before the 90 days. Recap. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I got fired from my job, so I'll be a lot more consistent with uploading content and stuff like that. I watch hella reality TV, so that's what I'll be covering. In addition to movies, I'm getting a few of those ready. Yeah. Bye.